How's it going, guys? Nerf Gun Charlie here, and we're on the Borg now, as you can tell. And this has been a fun ride, as always. And I've got to say it multiple times, algorithm stuff with YouTube and such. Sorry. Like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And yeah, this is what the Borg look like stock. So you can see it's the stock GUI. We've got changes for that. You know, just normal stock buttons. Nothing is really going to stand out here. Let me see. You know, nothing really stands out. Big things, though, there's a lot of work to be done. There's more work here than I anticipated, let's be honest. Just because it's not just, you know, basic things for looks. Like, we're going to update the GUI. We're going to update build buttons, order buttons, special weapon buttons. Like, you know, this is all going to look nice. The newer wireframes that we've done for Fleet Command, that kind of stuff. But in general, like, we've got to update the general Borg texture here. Make it look better. Like, the stations are alright. I don't mind this at all. It just needs a new texture. But then you come to stuff like this. Queen's Diamond, and it flies like a normal starship instead of diamond, so we got to fix its physics. I've got a better model for this. I've got a better textured model than this. And if the Borg could stop attacking... So if I say, you can tell that we have better texturing for the Borg than this. Might add, we have better pulse cannons for the Borg than this. Would y'all stop? It's just, you know, these large chunks of red and everything. And I know I'm going to end up having, you know, team colors on the new models to some degree, but go on, get destroyed. We can simply do better than this. I've got better models for a lot of this already. There's a bug with the model, it disappears. You know, and they gave the Borg cloak, so I gotta do it. Yeah, this is a tactical sphere. I've got better, you can even see through it. So it's just, there's a lot of model changes we've got to do. There's a lot of texture changes we've got to do. This is the advanced turret. I'm probably going to keep this. Looks interesting enough. Just needs a retexture. Whereas this is their mega turret, which is an auto assimilator, as you can tell. So it's just, there's a lot of models to replace. There's a lot of textures to replace. Weapon textures. They need quite a bit of work. They do. On top of, we're going to be rescaling some of these starships just because they're unwieldy. I'll just show you from the Borg perspective. Like, they're just heavily unwieldy, and I understand why they were doing this. You know, to implement that fear in their size and all of that. But at the same time, we have to deal with avoidance classes for star bases and various other things we can't have them pass through. We've got to lower this down to make it more sense for an RTS. So some of the scale will stay the same, like these bases. The discs are probably just going to change models. But some of this is going to stay the same, whereas, like, that's going to stay the same. It's a ramming cube, and essentially it has a short-range tricobalt to, quote-unquote, ram targets and blow those up along with yourself. But it's just, there's scaling issues. There's quite a bit here that we can do better. So, we are. So, give me some time. For you, a few moments are going to pass. For me, it's probably going to be like for a couple of modding sessions over a couple of days. So, hang tight. We'll be right back. And we're back. And before I dive in, I know it's getting annoying, but probably a little bit, but like, comment, subscribe. Gotta sneak it in. Anyway, here we are with the Borg update. As you can see, the UI is darker. I made it darker. I highlighted some of the greens, some of the black, some of the like the gray and almost browns that were in here are now more black, dark green. I wanted it to be a little bit more menacing. Today we're fighting the Federation. Don't know why they're all parked here. That's strange. Anyway, welcome to the Borg. So, when it comes to... Let me see if I can get a combat vessel. That has a special weapon, I should say. Here, we'll go with the diamonds. So, we've got 3 setups for buttons. We've used their circles. I've had these for a while. We're using the circle style buttons as their activation for their special weapons. Then we're going with this style of button for research and for building, and then we have a different style button for orders. So that way you can tell what you're doing versus orders, versus attack actions, versus building a starship. They all have a slightly different template, all kind of filling in on the Borg feel. And that's why it's like all of these are order buttons, whereas these are our build buttons, so you can instantly in this menu tell the difference. And then, like I said, tractor beam is going to always be the same. But your special weapon buttons look different. We've got everything retextured. So if I liked the unit, I retextured it in Storm 3D on my Windows 10 device and got it retextured and resaved really quickly. This is why I keep a Windows 10 device. Things like Storm and Map Editor still work on my Windows 10 laptop and desktop, so at time of recording, it's right before Windows 11 becomes mandatory and they stop Windows 10 support unless you pay for it. I'm not paying for it, so I'm disabling the Wi-Fi adapters on those machines, and I would just simply keep them as up-to-date as possible. And yeah, we're going to protect those as much as possible while we're modding. Because I'll be probably modding... This mod started in 10. We're now testing on Windows 11 on my PC, upgraded about 2 weeks ago. So this is being tested in up-to-date Windows 11, and my next mod will be purely done in that, so we're good there. But let's go ahead and look at our ships. We got our tac cubes, and our regular cubes have been shrunken down. New textures for the H-class, the Halon. We've got new discs, spheres, assimilators. These are our new tactical cubes. I mean, tactical spheres, I should say, that we've got going here. You better not attack. The other thing is we've changed out the pulse cannons. I didn't like the pulse cannons, so they have new pulse cannons. A lot of the cubes and everything, anything that's using the heaviest beam, I changed the beam to more of a tractor beam cannon. So let me see if I can... Nope, not going to do it. Bad thing is they set these all to spread, but... Simulation turrets, standard turrets. So everything's been upgraded. These are the heavy weapon turrets, just retextured. Even our transwarp gate has been retextured. And then our pyramids. No pyramids and ram cubes. Oh, I need to do that. Wireframe, that's all of 15 seconds. Off camera, same with this one. This wireframe is going to be the same as that one because they're using the same model. And then ramming cube is the same as the regular cube. Literally the whole premise behind this is it's a very short-range tricobalt device. So it flies in, fires a tricobalt device at near point-blank range, detonating itself and its target, making it look like it rammed the target. And then they both blow up. Pyramids are... your tricobalt device weapons. So, you're going to have fun with those. But all in all, this is what we're looking at. Hey, hey. Really? Alright. Best thing about this is I've set all of these to avoid flying. Would y'all stop? I'm trying to talk during a video. That'd be amazing. Anything that I've built beforehand is not avoidable, but the newer ones, come on. And this is why I do this. Alright, let's get a cube down here. Cube should have it. I did this because avoidance on turrets is atrocious when it comes to A1 with this kind of stuff, and I wanted to make for sure like turrets are not going to affect your movement of starships. We're not trying to go under or over them. They get stuck because of avoidance collision and height and everything. There you go. You'll see it. It's a tractor beam cannon. And what else we're going to add, I'm going to say as soon as I can try to show this off again. Did you seriously? Hold on. You deal with that. Alright, I'm going to build some more cubes. But, suffice to say, they do have tractor beam cannons like you would see on Star Trek First Contact and in Voyager when they were using what looked like a tractor beam, high-energy tractor beam to damage targets. There it is. See it? I'll let them blow it up. It looks like it had an energy tractor beam using the phaser. There we go, it just blew up. Using a phaser as its damage modifier, but it's just a different texture. The one thing I haven't added yet, I'm adding this after I'm done recording, is on certain ships like your cube, tactical sphere, and maybe one other vessel. It's only been on 3, maybe 4 vessels tops. I'm going to add what's called an adaptation beam. I've only done this in one other mod, and literally it is a whitish gold tractor beam texture, similar to those tractor beam cannons you just saw, what you see with the auto assimilators, those kind of things. It's going to be whitish gold. It's literally meant to emulate the fact that the Borg are trying to adapt to your shields. So it's going to be constantly firing. They're only going to do like a half a point of damage or maybe 1 point of damage. So they're not meant to really add to your damage per second, really, knock down a vessel. But it's part of the visual of the Borg during battle are trying to hit your shields and adapt as just another visual measure of what you'd see from the Borg. So you're going to see these whitish, goldish tractor beam cannons firing out. And that's kind of the idea. Let's watch them blow up some Federation ships. So, there's that. The reason I did this, as far as all of these turrets, yes, that's a bit excessive with all these ships right here and capturing those 2 Wells class. It's quite simple. Facing the Federation, they love to, at the worst possible time, activate their nice little temporal stasis field. And it can typically cover the area around a wormhole. So, you know, all your defenses, all your ships that are stationed there are frozen. So I figured out their pathing on this map. I've basically made my defenses large enough where, yeah, they pop a bubble, they still have to fight through stuff that would destroy them. And if they pop their bubble up here, they still have to face what's right there at the wormhole. So I did that on purpose. But this is what we're looking forward to for the Borg. Everything is in place. Everything is looking very nice. Like I said, I'm just going to fix 2 wireframes and we're done. Be perfectly honest. I might widen, like I said, 2 wireframes, adaptation beams, and we're done. At time of recording, I'm already in initial talks with my beta tester for this mod. It's one of their favorite mods. They've loved what I've done so far with it, so they're going to beta test not just multiplayer, make sure I didn't miss anything. They're going to also test the single-player campaign. So you're seeing this a week after I have handed this off. Excuse me. And I'm hoping by the time you're seeing this, they've already tested half the campaign, if not all of it. And what I'm doing with the campaign for this is literally, it is whatever the Millennium Project team did for the campaign. I haven't touched it. You're just going to see all this newness in it. So it's going to be the same campaign that you play with Millennium Project, which they did make some minor changes with some of the ships that are placed there, with a few things here or there. Nothing crazy like Fleet Command was. And he's just going to test through all of it. Once, I believe his name is Jay Carrillo. Once Jay Carrillo is done, he's going to be able to give me the thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we're good. I'm planning on, honestly, when you're seeing this, I'm hoping that the following week you guys are able, and gals are able, to download and play it. I'm going to be using this time after this video to get the mod database page up, do some before and after screenshots from these videos. There's the temporal stasis field, told you. But we're going to get the thing up, we're going to do before and after shots. I'm going to use it as another hub for the, you know, like links to the original. If you guys want to play the original still, it's still out there. But we'll link it in here from like Armada files and all that. My download link will be for this. So we're hoping, at least I am, since I've been doing this solo, I'm hoping that with Jay Carrillo's testing and what I've got planned, at time of recording, you're going to be getting the download for this the following week, sometime mid-October, and then y'all can have fun, and by the time y'all are downloading it, guess what? I'm already on the next project. I'll already be on the next modding project. I've already recorded the intro to it, and that'll probably be planned for a week, week and a half after the release of this one, because I'm already looking forward to it. I've already had one of the developers pop up on these videos, say they like my work, and yeah, like we already have a path for the rest of the year. Enough jibber jabber. As you can see, they did not make it through. They probably did their temporal stasis field up here. It did not work. Ha ha ha. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, y'all stay safe out there.